Hello learners, I hope you all are doing well. My name is Patel and today in this video I am going to talk about understanding targets in Dynamics 365 plugins. This topic is extremely important to understand the plugins because it is one of the most fundamental concepts and it is somewhat related to context and service. So if you have not watched the video on context and service which I have already created before this one, I would suggest you to go and watch that video first if you are not aware about what is context and service. And if you have already watched that video, then it will be easy for you to understand this entire video. All right. So today in this video, we're going to be talking about target in Dynamics 365 plugins. All right. So let's first start by understanding that what does the target contain in Dynamics 365 plugins, right? So we can say that in a plugin, the target is the entity that CRM sends to the plugin pipeline. Now, target basically contains information about a lot of things based upon different operations which are getting performed on your record. So, depending on the message, whether it's create, update, delete, or any other operation, the target contains different information. Let's try to understand it, operation wise. So let's first try to understand it by the create operation. So during the create operation means whenever your record is getting created, what does the target contain? We can say that during a create operation, this is the syntax, right? Like if context.message name is equal to create, then in that case, you're going to be storing information into the target from the context, right? So during the create operation, this input parameters are the ones which will be supplied to your target entity. And what kind of information does it contain? So we can say that it contains all the fields the user filled on the form, right? So during a create operation, your target will contain all the fields, okay, all the fields which are filled on the form. Example, if the user fills first name, last name, email, then target contains exactly those fields, right? While in the case of update, the target does not contain all the fields. So this is the most important rule developers often miss, right? Because in the case of create, what we have understood that whatever fields will contain the values will be presented in the target, but that does not happen in the case of update. In the case of update, target only contains the fields that were changed, right? So whenever you are performing the update operation, during that time, let's say you have updated the name field, then in your target only name field value will be available, not the whole record. Example, user updates only the email field on a contact, right? So if the user only updates the email field on a contact, then in that case, your target will only contain that particular email address. Nothing else like first name, last name, parent customer ID, etc. will be present in the target. If you need other fields, you must retrieve them using the service, right? So if you do not know what exactly service is, again I'm telling you that please go and watch the previous video, and I have already written a lot of plugin codes by using this syntax called service.retrieve record, through which I was retrieving specific columns. So that is the exact thing which this statement is trying to convey, that whenever you want some field values explicitly, then you can use the service in those scenarios. But yes, it is extremely important to understand that while you are performing the update operation, during that time your target will only contain the field which is being updated. All right, now there is an important note: if the user does not change a field, it will never appear in the target. So as I mentioned before, that if you are not updating any field, then that field is not going to appear in the target. For example, if the user opens a record, looks at it, and clicks save without changes, the target is equal to empty entity. It means if the user does not change anything onto the form and just clicks on the save button, then in that case the target will not contain any field or any field value, because not a single field has been updated on the form, right? So this is the difference between the create operation and the update operation, and based on that, what kind of information will be stored in the target. Now let's try to understand that what will happen, or we can say what information does the target will contain when the delete operation is performed. So during delete, which is showing you like this: entity reference target, context dot input parameters target. So target contains logical name and record ID. So when you're performing the delete operation during that time, your target will be containing the logical name of the entity, and whatever the record ID is, uh, is for that particular record. So that is the information which the target will be containing. Because whenever we talk about deleting a record, the only information which we require is the record ID and the name of the entity of which the record is, right? So these are the two information which is sufficient for deleting a record. So the target only contains that information. That's it, no other fields. Now let's understand whatever we have seen in this video. Like, let's understand it through a summary table. So as I mentioned before, that when you're performing a create operation, during that time the target will contain all fields submitted by the user. When you're performing the update operation, it will only contain the modified fields. And when you're performing the delete operation, only an entity reference, it means ID plus logical name. These are the only two things which the target will contain, right? So entity reference target, entity reference context or input parameters target, these are the things which the target will contain when the delete operation is getting performed. Now in this video we have understood the theory, right? And it is very important for us to have some fundamental idea about a particular concept before we jump on to the practical part. In the upcoming videos I will be diving deep into how target can work in the C# plugin code. So we will be writing an entire code through which we will be understanding the practical implementation of target. We will be using it in different business scenarios, and through that you will be able to understand the practical applications of it, and it will be easier for you to grasp this concept in a deep way. And similarly for the service and context, I will be creating such more videos in the future where I'll write the entire C# code, and then with the help of that we'll be understanding some of the important business scenarios which are there in the Dynamics 365 CRM. All right, but for now I hope that you have understood this theory, and if that's the case, I'm requesting you to please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with your friends so that they can also get benefit from it. And I'm trying to build a strong Dynamics 365 community, so I really need your support if you're someone who is already working in this field. And if you have any idea in your mind, please reach out to me in the comment section. We can definitely connect and just put out something very great. And I'm also planning to create podcasts in the future with the industry experts about the latest changes in the Dynamics community. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So if you're someone who is interested in doing that, please reach out to me. I have already mentioned my LinkedIn profile into the channel information page. So make sure if you want to connect with me, you just go there and you can connect with me, and it will be great to have some good conversation, right? So I hope that this video was helpful for you, and if that's the case, again telling you, because that is something which really motivates me, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much.